So over the last couple of years, Ric's a bit of a changed man. These days he went from being the local Albert Collins of the Telecaster to playing nothing but humbuckers on the most part. He sold his Strat. He's a single coil less man at the moment. Actually, he's still got probably way too many tellies. But
I've still got a few tellies.
You've changed over to the dark side, going to the humbuckers, which I'm a bit of a fan of as well on certain guitars. But I guess what did you hear in the initial good humbucker tone that made you go, hey, maybe I've been missing out, or what inspired you to get into it?
Certainly, I sheet the blame home directly to your doorstep because when you got that SE, PRS SE, and with the 8515 pickups, I've just never heard that much top-end clarity in a humbucker ever. For me, humbuckers has always been that mid-range sort of boggy sound, very rolled off top end, and just can't get a decent rhythm sound out of it at all.
Yeah.
And then I heard that. So I guess, when I started playing the guitar in the, it was 1979 or something.
Yeah, well, that was when I was born.
Oh, hell, I'm as old as dust. But that was just in the era of the hot rodder, so like Damasio's Super Distortion, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it must have been just when overwound humbuckers were coming in. And I'd always hear them and just think, it just sounds so dark and whatnot. And so I foolishly lumped everything in with that, threw the baby out with the bathwater. So I've always played single coil guitars, Strats forever, and then I got into my telly phase, which only lasted about 23 years.
Wow.
and I did not own one humbucker guitar. Okay, and then you go and buy that goddamn SE, and I hear it and go, what? And because I've always put up with the buzz, and I've always subscribed to the buzz is part of the charm, but sometimes the buzz is a pain in the nuts.
Buzz is part of the
it's
distraction.
Awful,
It's
remember
horrible.
we used to play the Brunny, and the trams go past, and your guitar starts picking up, CB radios and all that sort of stuff.
That was the reason why I ended up flipping that P90 guitar, because that gig was unusable. That was one of the reasons why.
No, absolutely. So I heard that, and then I've kind of gone backwards and realised that the Les Pauls from 58 and 59 with the PAF pickups, the amazing, legendary, iconic PAF pickup. The PAF pickup is like so bright.
Yeah.
It's like a telly with just a little bit more muscle in the mid-range, but no buzz. And so that's what took us to Sky Music that day, and I played 35 PRS guitars. I could just play them for like 10 seconds, go, no.
Yeah.
And it really came down to the David Grissom, to the GGT model, which I know he sweated about for years, 2 years on the pickups.
Yeah.
You can't buy the pickups unless you buy the DGT guitar. And that or the Custom 22 that I got. And so, it just sort of opened my eyes to that you can get beautiful, clear, top end, nice, warm mid-range, not sort of overly honky nasal, and the bottom end that's not flubby and it can still be tight.
I wanted to talk about that process. In the short amount of time I owned mine, and when you started looking for yours, we went in, like Rick said, we tested 30 PRS guitars or however many it was, and you knew so much about every type of pickup, what it was called, what the numbers related to, and all that. I'm like, how do you know all this? You didn't know anything about PRS guitars 3 weeks ago.
I'm a nerd. Because I do. Some call it stalking. I call it intensive personal research. But whatever it is,
it was awesome. I'm like, how do you know all this stuff?
Well. I take a bit of time between patients, and I get on the computer and have and
That's why they call it the waiting room, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, and why they call them patients, because they've got to be goddamn patient.
Yeah.
But because I reckon that one of the weaknesses of Paul Reed Smith guitars over the years has been the pickups. Like I remember when they first came out, it was this Dragon pickup or HFS, which I always thought was holy, but it's not. It's hot. Fat screams or something.
Okay.
But it always just sounded like Santana. But it's just now the pickups they're putting in, like the ones in my 594, the 58 to 15 LTs.
Yeah.
Yes.
See?
LT stands for low turns. They just sound lovely top end and not hot at all, like not high output, but just everything just breathes. And so, yeah, it's been really weird. But you and also our mate Ryan has sort of tuned my ears to humbuckers, and also going to GitCon as well and being with other players and hearing the tones they were pulling out.
Yeah.
You know, our good mate Mike Bradley. And I hope that Gene from PRS has finally given him that blue Custom 24, because he left quite a bit of his DNA in the back of that. But, and just hearing those tones, you know, and as you know, I came back from GitCon with a P90 guitar.
Yep.
So, it really did. It was a bit of an epiphany for me, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this journey.
We've had a mate of ours, a mutual friend, Khaled, who I spoke about with Dave too, actually. He always comes up.
Yeah.
When I finally understood, like, what was great about humbuckers, he's like, finally, I've been trying to tell you for like 20 years, man. Because he's a big advocate of those.
Yeah, but he never makes them sound any good, so I can see what... Just joking, Khaled, you make it sound awesome.
Yeah. And then not long after that too, you ordered another guitar.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I got another one from Framus, which is called a Panthera 2 Supreme.
That sounds so metal.
It does sound metal, doesn't it? I think you're thinking about Pantera, the band with Dimebag Darrell.
Yeah, that's what I am
But
thinking of.
it's their version of a Les Paul.
Okay.
But that's also got very low output humbuckers. So it's got like the custom in the bridge and a Alnico 3 Pro in the neck. And again, they really clean up well and they do everything well. So it was. I've just decided that I was an idiot for years, thinking, humbucker, schmumbucker, sound like Motley Crue.
Yeah.
But you don't. You can get some awesome, great tones out of humbuckers. You can turn them down, and they almost have this slightly compressed feeling about them. So, and I guess with the Framus and also with the PRS 594, the coil split actually works. Yeah. You get a usable tone, you get a little bit of buzz, but you get a usable tone.
It works way better on the US made ones than my
right, okay.
Was it made Korea or something?
Yeah.
It doesn't, the split coil tones they're too bright.
Oh, are they?
They lose a lot of oomph too.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is with that guitar, I never feel the urge to ever use split coil.
Yeah.
It just sounds great.
Well, it's bright enough, isn't it? You know?
Remember that comparison we did with my other humbucker guitars at my old place? We did it off camera. It was just...
Yeah, well, that just closed the deal for me, mate.
Yeah.
It was... And look, the Tokai is a great sounding Les Paul, but when you plugged in the PRS, it was... the sound was so exciting and inspirational.
Absolutely.
It just made the Les Paul sound kind of dead and really kind of nasal, like again, that blanket over the amp sound.
Oh, that's exactly right. And that I was kind of shocked at. I was never open to the idea of a PRS before that. I'd played some at Jerry's and I really liked one of them actually. Jerry's Lefty Guitars. I was like, I don't know if I should buy it. You actually talked me out of it.
Yeah,
I remember I sent you a thing. You're like, oh no, PRS, blah blah blah. And then now we're both.
I know, isn't that ironic? I mean, there's so much hate, isn't it?
Yeah,
about PRS and
it's again, just because they're the newer guys.
Yeah,
that's probably it.
Yeah, and probably the association with John Mayer as well, and just the perception that it's just for dentists and doctors and lawyers. I remember seeing someone saying, they take a piece of wood that should be in a coffee table and make it into a guitar and blah, blah, blah. But, we're both, we're working musicians and we use them because they work. Yeah. They really do work. Besides, I don't really care what anyone else thinks
No,
anymore.
I don't care
you know?
anymore
Yeah,
either. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it shows with that last Framus guitar you purchased as well, mate. You're a very secure man.
I am. I'm secure in my sexuality.
I call that the Liberace Les Paul.
It is got lots of
I'm only
golden
staring at
hardware and
it actually is kind of nice. I just
quadruple A flame top. And
Yeah.
look, it's not me. I'm not by any means a flashy dude, but I guess being in the factory, like I loved seeing what they do.
Yeah.
Their commitment to excellence in design and execution, just the quality.
They got it going on.
They do got it going on.
And how clean was the place? And it wasn't because we were there. It was
No.
like, that's just how it is. It was stunning.
It's German, man.
You could eat off the floor in the bloody
Yeah.
room they cut the wood.
That's right.
There was no dust.
No, it's crazy, and it's off the grid, completely off the grid.
Yeah.
No
It's,
no
really
power.
something
And they used all recyclable bits and bobs, and it's just amazing. And meeting Phil X, it was fun, but to see that he's touring with Bon Jovi, touring the world for the last 6 or 7 years, and his Framus guitars, he uses them every night. And why? Because they work, and they sound great. They do exactly what he wants them to do. So, yeah, that was a great time that we spent there, and I love those guitars. I think they're really, really good.
Cool. Hey, I was going to ask you one last question. We'll close with this for both of us, I guess, is what's the easiest electric guitar you've got? Like, if you got one you just pick up and you go, oh, man, this is just great. Like, for me, I'm going to go my PRS SE. It's so much easier to play than that, and my 52 Talia are both. I've started playing that again, actually, surprisingly, and I'm like, man, this is so good.
Yeah,
it's a really nice guitar, but the PRS feels that little bit easier for whatever reason.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
Gosh, none of them fight me.
Oh, good.
The Phil X XG has got a big neck. It's like a 58 Les Paul.
It's a great guitar.
And so that sort of, for me, makes me change slightly my attack on it. And if I've been playing that for a while and I get back onto, either of the PRSs, it kind of feels weird. It makes the PRS feel like an Ibanez, real kind of skinny thing.
Yeah.
But no, they all feel great. I'm really, really happy with the guitars I've got. And
cool.
The other day at the jam, I brought up a Les Paul. Ryan's Les Paul.
Yeah.
And I was playing it, and I enjoyed the vibe of it and what it means. But then when I started to get up above, say, the 14th fret, there's this huge lump of wood in your hand.
Yeah.
That long tenon
part
neck
of the charm,
joint thingy.
Rick. Come on, mate.
And I'm going, what's this? And then when I got home and got my other guitars, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't live a lot high up there, but it's nice to go there every once in a while without going, bang, sort of hand hits this lump of wood. And I mean, okay, people say, well, Slash can do it, so you must suck. But I can't say any of the guitars fights me. I just love how they feel and just the setup and ergonomics, all that sort of stuff.
And it's almost what you get used to as well. Like, at least with my collection of stuff, if I play one guitar, if I get on a binge where that's all I play, all of a sudden the 335 could become the easiest guitar for a couple of weeks to play.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go over to something else, maybe not tone-wise, but just in terms of how it feels if I'm noodling around on it.
Yeah.
And other weeks I'm like, man, I can't believe I haven't been using the Tally or the... But every time I pick that PRS up, even if I feel like I've been playing great on another guitar, I'm like, man, this is so easy. It just feels easier. And I don't know why. It's just...
No, they just got to sort it out.
And it doesn't tick the boxes for me in terms of the neck shape and anything. It's just such an odd guitar in my hand. Like, I would never normally want to buy a guitar with a neck that thin.
Yeah.
But it plays unreal, and I don't even think about it when I'm playing it. So...
I think that just shows you that we have these certain preconceived ideas about what's my sort of custom fit guitar. The other day I was at a jam where this awesome guitar player and beautiful friend of mine, Marcel Umini, g'day Mars.
He won't be watching this. He's too professional.
He played my gear, and I did comment to him at the time that. seeing him play my gear is like, seeing my wife with Johnny Holmes. But yeah, look that up, kids. But it was just incredible to hear him play my stuff, and he found all these notes that I still can't find on it. Yeah, the guitar, these are tools, and it's up to us to extract all the stuff out of them. And I guess to me it just confirmed that, they're great guitars, and I just got to learn to play them better.
Yeah, ain't no junk in your collection, mate.
No, that's true. I'm a total snob, but yeah, I do love them.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks again, Rick, for doing the podcast, mate. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
We had more requests to have you back, so I thought we can do that.
Mate, these people have got to get out more.
If you want to listen to the audio-only version, you can go to inthebluespodcast.com, or you can find it on iTunes. Just type in In The Blues or Guitar Podcast. It should come straight up. Yeah, massive thanks again to Abraham for these posters that are going to live in this room for a while. And
so good.
You might see a couple of them switched up from time to time. So, yeah, check out his artwork in the description below. He's not sponsoring the podcast, but I wanted to thank him by mentioning that. So, yeah, thanks again, Rick. I appreciate it, mate.
Cheers, mate.
See you in the next one.
Anytime.
Cool.
Thanks for watching the In the Blues podcast. Subscribe for more episodes.